It's 15th of February, and I'm just gonna give an update on the gigantochloa albos or something like that. It's a hard name, and there's actually one really good division. And after a little over 2 weeks, it's actually putting out on each branch about 1 or 2 leaves. But as you can see, on top of that, you also have leaf buds that are really elongating on these branches, like right here. That's pretty impressive. That means, like, probably by around April, it's gonna be really bushy. Yeah, that's a good thing. As you can see, all those sheaves up here are getting pushed off because there's actually new branches that are pushing out of there, just like on here. So it's really like 2 nodes that have a whole bunch of branches, and that's enough to make it a really bushy plant that can almost replace like all the foliage it once had, which basically means it's gonna have a lot of energy that's gonna be channeled down. Like right now, you may only see maybe a couple dozen leaves, but by April, you could probably have like a couple hundred leaves, literally, probably more. So, yeah, a bamboo will definitely regenerate itself. It doesn't really need a whole lot of branches with a whole lot of nodes, because it knows how to survive. And with the remaining branches, these are actually really long branches, and it's just gonna keep on producing more leaf buds, and it's gonna be a nice bush. And what this does is, right here, these are actually not attached to this, it's other parts. I don't think they're gonna survive. It's just an experiment, but if it does, then it's a plus. This one has a chance. Like, it died back with all of these. This is still a little bit firm. It completely died back up there, but that's not a big issue, because down here it actually has some roots that are probably still taking up a little bit of water. So as long as this part, this culm, can actually survive, it actually has some buds that could probably activate, which on this one right here, this is actually like the culm that had quite a few leaves. Down here actually had a culm that completely topped off to a few inches, maybe about 6, well, maybe close to a foot. But yeah, as you see, down here it had one of those buds which is definitely activating, and yeah, probably within maybe about a month later, it's gonna become a nice branch that's nice. But I also did an air layer right here, because I saw that it actually had another viable bud. The one on the other side didn't really do anything, but looks like on this side it's definitely showing some elongation. So I'm hoping I can actually divide this. But aside from that, I also took a whole bunch of branch cuttings off of my Java Black bamboo, and yeah, after a couple weeks, I have hardly any leaves, but some of the tips are actually still green, so it actually shows me hope. Usually you hear that you're supposed to have more mature culms that are supposed to be better for propagation, but these are actually pretty young. These are like probably like a year-old culms, and I'm seeing some buds that are still looking pretty viable. Not really doing a whole lot, but yeah, this doesn't look like they're dying either, so still a lot of hope. Like, for example, this is actually how the roots. It was just like a clump of bambusa. I think it's one of the golden belly bamboos. It's not the wamin. It was ventricosa. Yes, it was bambusa ventricosa. And they actually grew pretty well. but then there is the bambusa wamin, bambusa vulgaris wamin right here. And this is supposed to be one of the most easy to propagate bambus there are. And you can see that I'm getting growth from almost every single piece, except for the really old culms. But the only issue with that is there may not even be a viable life on any of these branch nodes, but you never know. It seems like almost every single piece is regenerating off of the bambusa vulgaris wamin. I've taken these out before and I don't really see any new roots, but new roots usually don't get produced until they're actually actively leafed out. So these aren't really that much leafed out yet, but yeah, they've grown quite a bit, and these are just branch cuttings. But once they actually produce new shoots, then you know they're leafed out, or I mean, you know they're rooted out. And here are some of my bambusa lako timor black bamboos, and as you see, after about a month and a half, yes, and it's not quite a month and a half, but maybe about 5-6 weeks. Yeah, there's definitely elongation on some of them. Like for example, even this one right here, it's hard to see, but yeah, it has actually elongated. Like on this one, yeah, these leaf buds are definitely elongating, but come along really slowly. So just hoping in another month or so, or it probably won't be that quick, but maybe about April time frame, I'll have some viable plants on all these cuttings.